Hey, everybody out there in Facebook land. It is good to be with you. We are going to hang out with you guys for a little bit today because we are getting inundated with questions with this joining of forces between the guys here at Contractor Coach Pro and the superstars over at American Contractor. And we thought maybe we could answer a bunch of those questions on video and save that thing. And that way we can send that video to answer a bunch of questions instead of repeating. So like maximizing our time, creating capacity, some of the things that we teach here at Contractor Coach Pro. And John Dye is here. John, what do you think so far, man?
Man, so far it's been a whirlwind. We've had a blast. Lots of changes, lots of different things, but it's been really fun to take this from being something that we were doing, just with balance and them, and now transferring it into its own standalone thing, partnering with you guys and letting us really run with celebrating contractors. And it's been so much fun. We've had a blast. Our team's been really excited. Everyone's been really, really excited about what we've got going on.
So why don't you clue everybody into what the purpose is of American Contractor? That was one of the things that wasn't really clearly defined as you guys were coming into the fold here. And we kind of sat and talked about it. And I wanted to make sure that we facilitate your dreams in this operation. So tell us a little bit about that. What's the dreams and goals?
Yeah, absolutely. So for us, American Contractor has always been this this dream of ours, and that we were able to make a reality. But really, our whole purpose in existing is to celebrate contractors and celebrate the trades and celebrate what it is that we do as contractors, and bring a lot more respect into the industry itself. Not that there wasn't respect, but pride. We wanted to have pride in our industry and show people that you don't have that being a contractor is a good thing. And if you're a kid or you're a young person or you're going to college or you're starting out as an apprentice or a laborer, that you can make a lot of money, but not just that, but have a career in contracting that's respectable and is real and is an amazing life to live.
In other words, achieving that American dream, the thing that everybody thinks
achieving the American dream. Yep.
Everybody thinks that thing is dead, and I would argue there's more opportunity today than there's ever been. You just turn your head, and there's another way to create a business. I mean, people they're a business because they're a personality, which to me is pretty crazy, right? Like this idea that I get paid for just making videos, and that has been a pretty big change for me, being that I'm a more experienced person than you. I'm not going to say older. And kind of watching that whole thing come about, it's just wild to see. Hey, Dave, hey, thanks for joining us today. What's up? We're going to hopefully tell you guys.
What's up?
And so one of the things that we're getting a bunch of questions about, is how do I collaborate with American Contractor? Here in the last few weeks or so, you've had some pretty big hits. Tesla, the sticky jeans guy. I can't wait to tell everybody about sticky jeans. If you haven't heard about sticky jeans,
SteepGear,
yeah. Priscilla says not too much older. That's super funny. And so,
thank you for that, of course.
So there's this thing that John and his team, they recognize something special. They see something cool, and they want to celebrate it. They want to celebrate that person's achievement, this thing that they've accomplished, created, built from scratch. And you guys found this sticky jeans guy at RCAT, right? And, and he literally had on a pair of shorts that were sticky, hold you on the roof. And we thought that was cool. You guys went over and shot some quick videos and then posted it to TikTok. Tell us what happened next.
No, it blew up. I mean, I was just looking at it a few minutes ago. We were at 10.5 million views. And since that was I think that went live on Thursday. And so, and credit to the team. I mean, these guys are experts at what they do. There's a science behind that. There is a way to do TikTok the right way. And we have an amazing group of people here that know what they're doing when it comes to this stuff. But besides that, though, It also is the product is amazing. SteepGear was a really cool product. And so, but watching that go and transform that guy's entire business, Damon and I have been talking, back and forth for the last few days, and he's selling more SteepGear shorts than he's ever sold in his life. And the cool thing about that story is SteepGear was created because his father died falling off of a roof. That's why he created that product. And so to us, like, it was such a cool story. He's such a humble guy. And that's what this is about, though. That's what the American Contractor show. That's what the American Contractor brand is. It's to bring awareness to people like Damon and brands like that are amazing tools and things that can change our lives, and protect someone. I mean, this could literally save somebody's life. The fact that they're going to go out and buy that short right now could literally save someone's life. And that's why, we want to bring attention to that. Things like that are innovative, that can help you change your business, because if you make your business better, Jim, you know this better than anyone else, it changes your life. If you have a successful business versus having a failing business that can ruin your life. So, it's really cool that we want to bring exposure and education to the industry. And doesn't seem educational sometimes. A lot of times we're having fun and we're showing you guys stuff, but at the end of the day, it is educational. We're celebrating, we're informing, we're giving you guys the possibility of what can be through what we're showing you. And that's the whole point of this whole brand and what we try to accomplish.
Yeah, and so that educational side of what you do, there's a lot of education on new products and new ways of doing things, but there's also your summits. You guys do summits. We've got this. I got some gear on today, and we got somebody sitting in a green room that we're going to bring in here in just a second. We got this top rep event, and we want to facilitate these learning experiences that are the most powerful learning experiences in the industry, and not just like usually if you go to like a sales thing, it's usually you got 5 or 6 really good like speakers, and they talk about sales, and maybe you take a bunch of notes, maybe you apply some of that. Whenever we do an event that's a live event, we want that to be very practical. We want to be able to walk through, actually do the exercises, do the practice, do this thing because when you learn something new, it's new, and there's fear. There's this bit of fear. You're uncomfortable with it. It's new information, but if you practice things, you start to get competent with it. When you get competent with it and you experience little positive results, then you start to become confident. And that's our whole goal, is to help people become confident out there in the various things that they do. And it just happens that we're doing this top rep sales event, and I'm going to bring in the most confident guy I know in sales. I think he even beats me. And hey, Chuck, what's happening, man?
Hey, what's
the man himself?
Yeah. So Chuck,
Thokey.
He's our sales coach here at Contractor Coach Pro. He is an industry guru when it comes to sales. His background is in home, at the table, get the signature on the deal, sales. And so, Chuck, you and I have been working on this top rep deal, right? And we keep setting up like a 1-hour call to get aligned, work on things, put things together. And they invariably turn into 2.5, 3, 4-hour calls because we're so excited about what the two of us are putting together for this event. So tell me what that experience has been like for you.
Man, I'll tell you, this experience, and I got to thank John, because John started this whole thing when he called me up and says, hey, we need to get this thing together. And it took me a while to really say, all right, let's do it. And to partner with you on this has been eye-opening. I mean, when you partner with somebody that truly understands sales and how the human mind works, as well as, I mean, when you and I get on the phone, you're right. My wife, I told my wife, so it's only going to be an hour. I'll be in there for dinner. She said, okay, 3 hours. If you're talking to Jim, you guys are going to be getting into sales. You'll never get off the phone.
Yeah, she's been over there listening every once in a while, and we're both like little kids. We're just giddy with, like, wow, that's really cool thing you do, Chuck, and we need to incorporate that. And hopefully you felt the same way about some of the stuff that we've included. We've developed this system that is absolutely awesome. It is going to be crazy. It's going to be easy to learn. You're going to understand why you're doing what you're doing whenever you sell. And I think that's a big thing. I think a lot of coaches miss that component. They teach what to do and what to say, but not why they're actually saying it. So, what's your experience been with that, Chuck?
Well, and I want to hit something up because I've collaborated with other sales, trainers and professionals, and everybody wants to hoard all their stuff, and it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. And that's why this has been so much fun, is because you're an open book. I'm an open book. I've always been an open book for anybody. And to collaborate with somebody that has the same mindset that I have, and then to see your side of things, even though it's similar, there's enough difference in there that, it's so much fun. It's like, what, I've never thought of that, but this is fantastic. Your upfront pricing just intrigues the hell out of me. I love it.
It's killer. It closes deals, man. It's absolutely amazing the way it works, because you use this concept called give up to get. And so you put the buyer in this position that they have to give up something to get something. And so you're not discounting anything, which is what we run into all the time. It's like, hey, if I could get you in for 10% less today, would you sign with me, right? Well, I don't want to do that. I want to be profitable in whatever I sell. And I just have to find the right balance for them. So we're going to teach people how to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait to do that part. It's pretty cool. And you do some things that are really awesome. The one that really sticks out to me is the price conditioning. The way you set it up so that there's no question that, hey, this is going to cost some money. And you set that tone early on, which allows for positive discussion about everything else.
Right. Yeah. When you can build a product, and as we say, you build the golden roof, you build the golden bathtub, whatever. And then once you present that price, you did your job. When the homeowner gives you that look, they never say, is that all? But they give you that look like, that's it. When you walk in, they're expecting to pay half as much as what you're going to quote. But your job is to build them up on that ladder so much that when you do finally give them that price, they're like, whew, I am so glad, because I was thinking it's going to be twice as much.
yeah. Like, man, this thing is so awesome. It's got to be $100,000. And I know it's only, right? Like, that's one of the key words. You'll hear that in my presentations. Mr. Jones, based on everything that you've chosen, let me get that number for you. Okay, here's the number, and it's only $32,465. And words are really important. We're going to teach these little nuances of how you present things in a way that subconsciously the homeowner goes, oh, only, right? They have that aspect of it. And you don't think about it, what, that one word makes a difference? Absolutely makes a difference in how the homeowner perceives things, which is a big thing of what we're trying to accomplish with this, is to teach people that half the battle is perception. And what I want to be really good about is understanding that perception has to be reality. You're gonna make some big guarantees. You got to stick to them. You got to deliver. And when we do that, what our goal is, and Chuck, you correct me if I'm wrong, is that whenever we get done with a presentation, there isn't any objections. The objections have all been handled. They've been defeated. They've been stopped. It's obvious that the guy sitting in front of them is an expert, and they have the right system for me, and they're the right choice to take the stress and pain off of me of doing this. Thank you very much for showing up at my house today. I cannot wait to sign, right? That's how we want to shift that conversation that happens in the home. Do you feel the same way about that?
I do. And when we get all these reps into this room, and I got to share a quick story that just happened today. I went out with one of my reps, and she's new, but she is literally closing everything she gets her hands on. And I asked her, I says, what is it? What is it about? Because she owned her own business before. It was a painting business. And, she really didn't know what she was doing. I brought her in. We trained. And I asked her, what is it that makes that difference as to when you go out? I mean, I've got guys that cannot close anywhere close to what she does. And she goes, it's not so much the scripting, Chuck, that you gave me. It's the mindset of what I'm expected to do in the house and what my job is. And most people think, oh, your job is to walk out with a sale. Your job is to take care of the customer. And it is. But you have to look at all the different pieces of the mindset, not only your mindset, but the homeowner's mindset. But when we put all these pieces together next week, you're going to find that whether the person's been in sales 5 days or 5 minutes, or 15 years, when we put that mindset together for them, that they're going to realize and they're going to start laughing of, I can't believe it was this easy.
Yeah, that's the goal. It's like to put it into a position where the learning that we're going to teach is easy. It's easy to remember. You know what you're trying to accomplish, and just 6 phases. That's all it is. There's 6 phases. You hear all these things, 10-step programs and blah, 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 right? Like there's all of that. And, but each of those steps always has all these things you have to say where they have to be very specific about it. But if you understand what you're trying to accomplish, even if you can't remember the words that Chuck and myself say to you, if you know what you're trying to accomplish, it allows you to use your own brain to get those things figured out with your client. It makes it much easier to get to what the whole goal is. And the goal is, number 1, for you to make a living. Number 2, for them to get the right thing for their house with the right company. So we can't wait to do this event. I believe today is one of the last, I think is the last chance to get registered. You guys that get ready, I'll actually make a deal with you. Anybody that's watching this today, let me see here. Let's see. I know I got one more around here, but I got 3 hats. Anybody that registers today is going to get a hat. Whoever is the person that signs up, right? That's who's going to get the hat. We're going to have these at the event. They're actually going to our top rep aces, which are going to be the top 10%. That's the thing we left out. There's going to be a competition here, right? So we're going to present, you and I are going to be on stage. We're going to present the concept. We're going to role play it for them and show them what it looks like in the real world. Then they're going to go role play, and they're going to role play in groups of 6. So they're scoring the other 5 people. They can give each of those 5 people 1 score between 1 and 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the least. Can I give the same score twice? Somebody is better than somebody else. And so after each one of those breakups, we're going to tally up those scores. We'll have a big, huge top rep scoreboard going on the screen. And we want to add some competition to this because sales is competitive. It is something, if you're going to be a top rep, and you got to be a competitor. And so, yeah, man, I'm super excited about doing this. I cannot share. I'm like antsy about what we get to share because it's so cool. It's so different that it's going to be something that people haven't seen before. So those of you that want to get registered, www.topreptraining.com and get registered, get a hat today. And I'll even throw in one more thing. Register today, put in top 100, save $100 per person that you register. So whoever's commenting on here can go ahead and do that. I'll actually do that right now. Oh, John's on top of it. He's going to put the coupon code in there. Cool. But I don't want to stop there. We've got other things going on, and I want to let people know because they always ask, what do you do at Contractor Coach Pro? Like, I know you coach contractors, but what is that, right? And we would be what you would call a holistic coach. And what that means is we cover all facets of the business. We believe there's 12 of those, 6 of them being foundational and 6 of them being operational. And that most people focus on the operational stuff, marketing, sales, recruiting and hiring, and those type of things, which are absolutely important. But if you don't have things like good leadership, good culture, good finance, good accountability, good HR, and great processes, doesn't matter how much you market and get leads, doesn't matter how much you sell, it doesn't matter how many people you recruit. If you put them into something that doesn't work, you're going to have a lot of struggles. And so one of the things that happens with us is people get that part finally that, hey, we can help in all these areas. We have coaches that are specialists in each one of those areas, but they'll come to us and say, hey, I want to get some coaching with it. And we would have these calls where I would go through everything. Man, I can't wait. I want to get coaching. How much is it? And our one-on-one stuff is not cheap. We charge for that because we're working one-on-one. It's very custom, and we're building it out specifically to your business. Unfortunately, 90% of contractors are in this position of being less than $1 million. They're not breaking that first barrier, getting through that first stage of a business. And what ends up happening is it really kind of owns them. And it's been bugging us for years. Like, hey, we want to help those guys, but it's not fitting into their budget. So we created this Contractor Boost program. And I'm so pumped about it. This is like a college level course for business. It's 25 weeks. First class starts tomorrow. So I'm pumped about that. If you're looking to like break that barrier of that $1 million to, you know, 1.5, 2 million or somewhere in there, maybe even 300,000. It's very affordable. It's $750 a month or something like that. And literally the profit on one job. Profit on one job pays for your schooling for over a 6-month program. You get everything in place that you need to go start breaking that $3 to $5 million range. And we're super excited. We did a little beta program in 2019, and we had 7 companies in it, I think. No, 9 companies in it. Average guy was 357,000. 12 months after the program, they were the average was $2.1 million, which, dude, they're life changing, right? Like that is fulfillment for us. We want to see those changes happen for companies. So you can go to ContractorCoachPRO.com/boost and find out everything you want about that. And if you're a hustle and get in on the program for tomorrow, I can't wait to teach that class and get guys going. John, what else is happening in American Contractor? How do people get a hold of you if they want to? Because we do a few things. We do our show, which is celebrating the contractor. We do these events, which is educating the contractor. What else do you do?
So the show, the events, those are really the main things that we do. We've been doing a little bit of video work for a few guys, but it's been kind of on the DL. We don't really advertise that very much. But we have been shooting some commercials and some different things for other contractors that need some video editing, different work done. You'd have to reach out to us though and talk to us about that. But yeah, we're really focusing on events right now, big time, getting these events right. I think this is the biggest reason why, you know, this partnership works so well. I attended your event, Jim, your strategy event probably 2 years ago. And it was probably one of the first times that I watched you guys in action, and it blew my mind watching all these contractors absorb this information that they took back to their businesses. And I knew it was transformative. I was thinking, man, I wish I had this 10 years ago. Man, it would have changed my life. And, you know, just in general, but the coupling that with what we're doing at American Contractor, which if anyone's watched any of the summits, you guys know, like, we care about quality. If you watch our show, you know, we care about putting out the best possible production level side things. But you couple that with the content you guys have, and I know like Top Rep's going to be a great example of that. We're going to put together an amazing event that's going to be, production level is going to be great, and not just that, the content's going to be killer. So you couple them both together, and it's a win-win-win all the way around. And that's what we want to focus on. We want to focus on doing more events like Top Rep. Top Rep is going to be an amazing event. The solar summit that we're talking about doing here soon, a Spanish summit, you know, and we got the general summit again coming up in January next year. Like, we've got all that stuff to look forward to that are these events that we want to make sure that we keep putting out. And there's no reason to have to wait a year between events, folks. Like, it just doesn't work that way. You should be able to go into events like this all the time, because it's not that, you know, if you get it down right, you get a system, you get some good pieces in place, you can go to events that are going to transform your business every few months. And you should be, if you're a business owner, you should be continuing to learn as much as possible. And so that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to keep focusing on what we're good at, and keep educating the industry every way that we can.
And keeping it affordable too. Like, that's big, we want to make it affordable so that information is available. There's not a barrier in place for somebody to get that thing done. We do a lot of free events too. There's a lot of that we do, whether we're at a conference. I'm doing a road show with Atlas and Company Cam coming up this fall, where we're going to go to 9 different cities throughout the country and talk about how to make businesses better and do some education. We want to do as much of that as we possibly can. We want to bring value to this industry. We want it to be an industry we can be proud of. And really and truthfully, number one reason I'm doing all this, I am sick and tired of seeing 70 to 80% of contractors go out of business the first 3 years. That's a stat. Yeah. I mean, that is a hard, factual stat done by Consumer Reports. And so usually that comes down to the fact that they don't know what they don't know. They're usually good at sales, or maybe they're good at installation. And so the installation thing, they get a lot of like word of mouth type advertising. They start getting more than they can handle. They don't have the systems and processes to handle, and their business breaks down. Quality starts to lack, or they outsell what they can produce and have systems for. And then the third thing that really takes people down is their ability to lead and their financial acumen, understanding their finances and how all that works. And so we go out there, we go to conferences, we go to events, and we go to all those things. And each one I go to, I try to set the tone of what it is that I'm talking about, because there's an order to those things. We got to do them at the right time. You know, you hear this guru say, hey, you got to generate all these leads, you got to generate all these leads. Come buy my thing to generate all these leads. No slam on any of you guys that generate all their leads. But before you sell them that thing, you need to verify. Do you have the processes to handle this? Do you have the training program to handle this? So if I generate all these leads, how are you going to sell it? Like, make sure that you deliver not only what it is that you promise, but that they can actually execute. And so timing is really important of when you execute the various parts of your business and what you do. That's what we're educating people on. That's why there's a blueprint background behind me. There is an actual blueprint to this. There is an order to those things. It's what we teach the contractors that we work with. And it's been great. Our one-on-one clients, we've coached a little over 400, I think it is at this point. Not one of them's out of business. Not one. They're all still in business. To me, that is the grand finale, the like high five to all my contractors, because they're the ones that do the hard work. We're not doing the hard work. We're giving the information. They're the ones that have to do the hard work, and it's super cool to see. Chuck, what can people expect at this event from you?
So first and foremost, you know, what I'm most excited about is that there's some really, when I say top reps, there really are a lot of top reps that are going to be there. So even if you're newer, to come in and someone asked me yesterday why we're doing this score. And I says, look, you know, you can have me and Jim up front, and we'll sit there and be the talking heads the whole time. But what we want is we also want interactivity from the people that are coming, the top reps that are coming. And one of the easiest ways to do that is throw money in the air, because we all know that reps love money. And then we add some competition, so it makes things a lot easier. They're going to get involved, and you get to listen to some of these guys have been doing this a while. They're on the top of the leaderboard month after month after month, giving you their information, not just yours and I's. But what you can expect is a lot of that, as well as we're going to be talking mindset. We're going to go deep into the sale itself. We're going to go step by step. I was talking to another company yesterday that decided to bring 10 reps, and they says, look, we want to make sure that when we get there that you're not leaving anything on the table. And I says, I can promise you that. You know,
yeah, we're showing all our cards, man. Speaking of cards, each one of the leaders gets something pretty cool that Chuck brought to the game as his idea. There's a couple of mine in here, but I think most of them are yours. We've got these top rep flashcards. And so these flashcards, because invariably you are going to get some objections. You need to be on top of things. We're going to try to eliminate every single one we can with our presentation. But when they pop up, hey, we need to practice. And what we know about sales is going to a 2-day event is not going to embed that thing into your head. You're going to have to practice. You're going to have to practice a lot. And we want to give those leaders some tools. There's quite a few cards there. I got some more in mind. I'm going to get on check here. I got one more that we're like, we got to get that included. But we're going to have these cards. This is our what do you call it? The demo set. But they're being printed up right now. Every single leader that comes to the event, one person from each company, will get a deck of those cards to take it back and reinforce what we learned. I think this is amazing. It's like, hey, man, this is just more than we can afford right now, right? Like that's what I show my rep, and then on the back for me, I got all the notes. That's what they're actually supposed to say, or should say, or something like what they should say, and it gives us this ability to like go back to school and get great at what we do. And one thing I know about sales: the more you practice it, the better you get. Just is the way it works.
I'm good right now. I promise you, and you're the same way. I know that when you're coming to Top Rep, we're doing every sense we can. If there's 6 senses, we're trying to figure out how because we want these people to be top reps. We want them to be the best, and we want them to spread the word. You know, we don't want them to come, have fun at the conference, go home, and then in 2 weeks they forget everything, or they throw the book in their closet and they never see it again. I mean, we want to give the sales managers tools to work on with their people. We want to give the owners tools to work on with their people. We want to give their sales reps the tools they need. So they're going to have everything that they need to be a successful top.
Okay, we left something out. We left something out. Every single person that attends is going to get a flight plan. And that flight plan is literally like your sales Bible. And here it is, exactly what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, why you're doing it. There's going to be breakout sessions that you're going to be able to take notes and get your takeaways from. It's going to be pretty intense. It's going to be a lot of fun. We called it intense for a reason, because when you leave, we want you to be confident. I also don't want to leave out, we have some amazing sponsors. Our title sponsor is bringing their A game. They've got something new for our industry that hardly anybody's aware of yet with Engage, and this engagement tool for our presentations that is light years ahead of anything else that I've seen. And when you combine that with one of our other sponsors in Sumo Quote and the professional proposals that they leave behind, Destination Motivation, which is a way to get people incentive to actually go with you, Power Pay and their way to finance and do what they do. Our sponsors that we're bringing are sales specific. That's why they're coming. They're going to teach you something about sales. Atlas Roofing is going to come in and talk about differentiating yourself and how you do that. And so I am pumped about what we're doing with this whole event. It's the first time in my life that I'm headed into an event and I'm going, man, I hope I got my boots on. I'm ready. Like I'm like, there's a lot of moving parts here, and we want to make sure that this is a great experience for everybody. Our flight crew, John and his team, Michelle and her team, Priscilla, everybody that's going to be there is going to be there to facilitate this great experience for you guys while you're there. And I almost left out one of the other sponsors, Marlamar Technologies. Like this, it's called Marlamar Mobile Technologies. They got something cool for you on that text thing. And so we want to be able to help you win more sales. Our goal, if you're selling retail, 50% closing rate. If that's what you're selling, 50% closing rate. If you're selling insurance, we want to see an 85% closing rate, and I get paid right now. I'm tired of waiting on getting paid. We're going to teach you how to get paid. As soon as that roof is done, get paid. And so we're going to talk about that. I saved that for the end right there. If anybody hopped off, they missed the key point right there. I'm tired of messing with insurance companies. How about you, Chuck?
One thing that I'm very excited about, and there's a couple of companies that are literally coming just for this, is the complete rehash program. I use it to date. I use it now. Even just today, the number of sales we made today, just from our rehash program. So we're going to open that up to you. The scripts, everything, how it works, the whole system is going to be opened up to the owners. That in itself, I don't care if you brought 20, 30 reps, that in itself will pay for your entire trip.
Yeah, that thing is killer. I think you're going to team up with Marlamar on that because they have some ways to help with that rehash program to automate things and make it a lot easier. It is going to be a killer event, not only for the sales reps and all their practice and that stuff, but the sales leaders are going to go into the boardroom. We're taking them to the boardroom, and we're going to give them some information that most companies out there on the planet don't have. I want to share that with you. Open up the secret books and say, all right, guys, this is how you do it. And we hope to see you guys there today. I think we're closing registration today. We did get a few more seats up. I think there's 15 or 20 that are left. So get on the stick. We're going to have an awesome event. John, I am so happy we joined up. We have some skills with content. You have some skills with media. Combining those two things takes two professional aspects of this world, puts them together, and delivers a very professional, well-produced final product for the industry. Because we want to help you guys achieve your American dream. That's the big thing. Guys, thanks for hopping on today. And cluing everybody in. Maybe this will be the thing that we can just take this video and say, this is what we do, right? Our whole goal here at Contractor Coach Pro is to help contractors get control of their business, systems, processes, finance, leadership, culture, that kind of stuff, so they can grow their business, marketing, sales, recruiting, and all that other good stuff, so they can reap the benefit that they're all probably chasing. They want personal and financial freedom. That's what we all want. And so that's what we do here at Contractor Coach Pro. American Contractor shows you the things that give you the inspiration for that American dream and educates you on it. And we got Chuck, our sales guru. And if you haven't had a few moments with Chuck to talk sales, you're missing out, because that's, I like a little kid. I yell at Giddy and stuff, because that really is my core. Like, that's where I come from, what I'm built on. And so it's been a lot of fun working with you two, as well as our whole entire team on these products and these events that we're doing. So guys, thanks a lot. We don't want to take any more time of anybody. Anybody got any questions? Chuck Taylor says everyone should have a pair of SteepGear. Yeah, man. If you haven't seen SteepGear, you should go look it up. I think the branding on it is Sticky Jeans, is what the branding is on that. I know that was on the label. So it's pretty cool. It's, if you think about it, you know what's, I had a good description for it. If any of you have had kids that play football, they didn't have these back when I played football, but kids today have those wide receiver gloves and running back gloves, and they're like sticky. I watch kids today make catches that there is no way in high school I would have made. It was impossible. And I just like, you catch it with one finger, stick to it, and here you go, I got the football. Well, that's these pants. They do the same type of thing when you're on a roof, and it doesn't matter, metal, slate, tile, whatever it is that you're on, you're going to be in a much safer situation with that. And so it's been awesome working. We weren't even working with him. We just, hey, here's a cool thing. And now he wants to do some stuff with us. And so we are doing those type of things with lots of contractors. You got something like that, get a hold of John. John, how do people get a hold of you?
Facebook. That's the best way. American Contractor, send us a message. Or they can email us info@AmericanContractorshow.com. And I'll reach back, or Waylon or someone from our team. We have there's all kinds of stuff going on back there. So,
man, if I was a company like Bully Bag or the Goat or Ridge Pro or any of those type of things, that you got this like one product that you sell that's really amazing. I wish we could find somebody that has a ladder mat, right? If somebody had a ladder mat that you put on the ground so your ladder sticks to where it's supposed to be and doesn't slide, I know I can get them in Europe, but I can't get them here, which is pretty wild. I don't know who Facebook user is, but it says, hello, gentlemen. What's up, coach? Hey, what's up, Facebook user? Just checking in with you guys. Good to see you guys. And thanks for hanging out with us for a few minutes. It's what we do. We're here to push this business forward, raise the bar. So it's a place that we're proud to call ourselves Contractor, because I don't think anybody was sitting in high school going, man, I can't wait to go sell gutters or sell painting or sell landscaping or roofing or whatever it is that you sell or install. We all want to be astronauts and doctors and athletes and stuff like that. I tell you what, being a contractor is something to be proud of. You change people's lives. You change the lives of the homeowners you're working with. You change the lives of the people who work for you. You change the lives of the people around you and in your community. You get such an amazing opportunity. Oh, it's Nihilus. Hey, Nihilus, man, good to have you on board, brother. So that's what we're all about. You want to get a hold of us here at Contractor Coach Pro, you can get me on Facebook Messenger. I think it says The Jim Johnson, because there's so many of us. So you look up The Jim Johnson, you'll find me, or just message us through Contractor Coach Pro, and we'll help you out. And anybody that wants to look at their business, go to our website, ContractorCoachPRO.com, click the assessment button, take the assessment. We'll do a free coaching call with you. It didn't cost you anything, not a sales call. It's a help you with your business call. So a little bit different than the approach of most out there. We're here to serve this industry, and Chuck and John, amazing service. I really appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you too, Jim and Chuck.
All right, guys. We're going to cut everybody loose. We got things to do. We got an event to get ready for. We got a boost class to get ready for tomorrow, and to help those guys along their way. And excited to help you guys out. That's what we do. We'll talk to y'all later.
See you guys later.